Mayor Cashenna at the paparazzi pool party for WEModel USA. Now, Mayor Cashenna, you've been very supportive of the organization for many years. Now, where would you like to see the organization take this as far as raising awareness for human sex trafficking?
So the beauty of WEModel USA is WEModel actually doesn't account for just sex trafficking or doesn't account for people who have actually been trafficking for their wages. It actually accounts for all things where humans are being forced to do things that are not things that they would ordinarily do. So what I love about WEModel's mantra and what WEModel stands for globally is an ability for us as humans to exist the way God intended without intervention. So WEModel USA stands for freedom to be yourself, freedom to be without being constrained by anyone for any circumstances. And so I would see WEModel extending itself beyond just the global scene that it's already in. I would see us in life stories to actually tell the tale of those that have survived the human trafficking and have actually made a difference within the tragedy.
Now, as far as your connection to the organization, when did you actually realize that this was a big thing that's happening in the world?
So in 2021 was really the first time that I met the CEO, Patricia Watch, and we met during the Mr. DC program. So Mr. DC Royal Ambassador is a foundation that actually brings men to the world of fashion, modeling, and actually it is a male pageant of sorts. We were very honored to work with Dr. Gloria Crosland and in turn to meet Patricia Watts, who is the CEO and founder of this organization. So I am honored to say that I've known Patricia now since 2021 and that our relationship has grown. For the program, I'm actually the global ambassador for WEModel. Having served 20 years in the Air Force, United States Air Force, I actually have 27 countries. So 27 countries under my belt and 5 tourist awards, a combat returning veteran from the United States Air Force. So also Patricia Watts is a veteran Air Force, female Army, forgive me, my sister service.
Yes, yes. So 2021 was the year you realized that this was a big global crime.
Well, we knew before, but I didn't know that someone was actually taking it on as a project. So Patricia, in retiring or coming out of the Army, actually did this through a program. Like Penn Fed actually has a program that takes veteran warriors who are transitioning into the entrepreneurial scape. And it also takes veterans who are transitioning into the nonprofit scape. And so Patricia is one of those types of veterans that had a very unique vision, something that wasn't being addressed before. Now, when we are trained in the military, we are taught about human trafficking. We go to Korea, so we go to Iraq or Afghanistan. If we go to countries, third world countries particularly, we are taught to be more carefully watching for those areas where there could be risky business, in bars or in environments where someone may be offering you a free taxi cab ride. So these are things, or if someone is very anxious or looks like they may not have their passport anymore. So we as military are taught to look for the signs. So I was already a natural candidate to support the program. When the stars aligned, I knew it was the right thing to do.
Yes, and you've been so supportive of the organization and the fact that they're having events. I mean, the paparazzi pool party. Now, what was your favorite thing about this event?
You know, I love the camaraderie. I love people. I'm a Mississippi girl by trade, a Magnolia hospitality girl. So I enjoy just interfacing the kind atmosphere. And who can go wrong with a pool party? And paparazzi included. So, of course, I got my fair share of paparazzi. So I know that everyone else did as well. So this is the way that we brought the community together. See, the world of fashion doesn't necessarily have an external community. Most people are included already in this world. But what we did here today was we included the community at large.
Yes.
It is about notifying the community at large, because in a beautiful community as we're sitting here today, you would think, oh, everything's wonderful. You could have something going on right next door. It's about acknowledging the value of humanity. And that's what I love about WEModel. It acknowledges the value of humanity.
Yes. Now, there's a big event coming up on July the 29th. It's the big WEModel USA yearly gala at the MGM Grand. And what are you most excited about for that event?
You know, I love the fashion, the flair. We bring out some of the most top-named fashion designers in the industry. But I am also very excited about the awareness part of it. Last year, we brought out some survivors who were enslaved in their mind, even when they were actually free. they went back to the slaver. So this is something that tells us about mental health and wellness in our communities. It's one of my top priorities as mayor of the city of Glen Arden, and it's part of my Moving the Mission Forward project as well. So I think that we have a long ways to grow from notifications and acknowledgement of this tragedy. And in Maryland, it's growing expeditiously. But many people don't know that because what's happening is it is usually going untold. Right. So the more we do programs like that, the more we do paparazzi pool parties, we are relaxing the atmosphere of communicating that this is a tragedy. Yeah. And the more we talk about it, the freer we are. And that's the thing about mental health and wellness. Free yourself by communicating your truth.
Now, there's a lot of fear for those who have been affected and are victims of human sex trafficking. What would you say to those who are victims and, that are afraid to speak out? What would be the first step for them to be able to come out and, kind of face this and be able to heal from the whole process?
A lot of our victims are so hopeless, like you're saying, they choose suicide or they choose to attempt to suicide. And I would just say right off the bucket, if you feel like you're in the environment, 988 is the suicide hotline. The beauty of 988 is it's multifaceted. It's not going to judge. It's not going to critique. It's going to take the complaint and it's going to look for other areas where there can be support offered. I will tell anyone who finds themselves, because most people that have been in human trafficking may be runaways, or there may be those that are trying to get from another place back home. And at which case, they allow themselves to be found in an environment that is not healthy. So many times the human trafficking is just an easy flip and you don't even realize that it's happened. But when you realize that it has happened, you have resources. The national as well as UNESCO and the world organizations have taken a stand against human trafficking. Human trafficking being work-related or sex-related or indentured servant related. If you don't have your passport, you have an outlet, and any official is supposed to take action immediately. Yeah. Report something. And then for all of us, see something, say something. If it doesn't look right, if someone looks like they're a little afraid, if someone is coveting their purse, or if they're very reserved, you have to say something. Ask, do you feel safe? Ask, are you safe? Those are the key words, and allow them to say, I need help.
Yes, keywords, I need help. And what was that number again? The person
988 is the now international hotline for suicide awareness. And if you do that number, then you will have access to agents who can get you the right help.
Okay, well, that's the information that we needed to hear today. And we're so grateful for your support and all that you do. And yes, the stars did align when you met Ms. Patricia Watts.
Yes, it did. She's a beautiful spirit, and you are wonderful. Thank you so much for being such a gracious host and being here and helping with the paparazzi party and the fashion show and all the glitz and the glam that comes with the industry. But it is about awareness, and I thank you all so much for your dedication to the cause.
Yes, thank you so much.
Absolutely.